Hallo Klickenabendler, wir sind beim französischen Verlag Ludonaute. Next to me is Cedric. Hi Cedric.
Hi.
You have got this year 2 new games.
Yeah.
One is from you, it's called Yggdrasil Chronicles.
Yes.
We already showed that with the prototype, which looks very awesome.
Yeah.
And the other game, I think it's not from you, right?
No, it's from me too.
Oh, it's from you too?
Yeah, it's from me.
Space Gate
this
Odyssey.
year is my year.
This year is your year.
Yeah.
The other game is, what is the theme of the other game?
Space Gate Odyssey, it's about the building of a space station and the colonization of a new extrasolar system. So humanity discover a new solar system, but to travel to this new solar system, you have to build some space gate to move directly, but you cannot build your space gate on Earth because too complicated physical and very important reasons. So you have to build it in space. So we play. Each player play a different country and build his own space station.
Okay.
So you have to build your own space station here by adding some new module, and in this, and you have some settlers in your space station. You can move on the different module of your space station, and finally you can move your settlers on specific room with the same icon portal of, for example, this one, and so you have to take your settler to move your settler on the corresponding planets. On each planet we have a kind of mini game. Sometimes it's about majority, sometimes it's about the first player to play. You have some different condition of colonization. For example, this one, to put settlers on the second route, you need 2, and to put it in, you need 2 on the previous. This one, you have to send all your settlers on the same area, and after is about majority on the area to score points. So this is the objective of the game. And how the game works with the Space Odyssey station, and on this Space Odyssey station, all player are his own engineer and chief engineer with a beautiful suit. And so at your turn, you have to move one of, for example, you are yellow, you choose to move one of your yellow engineer to another room. And so you perform this action 2 times, because you have 2 engineers, but I play 2. I perform this action 1 time, white 1 time, and black 1 time. After it's my turn, for example, I took this one and put here, and I perform this, I trigger this action 3 times for me, 1 time for white, 1 for black, and nothing for you because you don't have engineer. So the management of your engineer in the Space Odyssey is very important. It's the way of victory. I have to explain to you the 5 action. And normally you know how the game works. This is about you to take new module to add in your station.
Expand, yeah.
So you expand your space station. Be careful. Module are 2 face. Face off is face. It's the same. It's just face off and face on. Okay. So you put firstly, when you take this action, you put a new module face off on the space station. Only rules is you have to connect at least 1 gate. If you take this action more than 1 time, you have to choose a different pile.
All right.
Just This one is about to refill
Your workers.
your workers, your settlers on the airlock module, so your starting module, but you can add other airlock module and you fill one airlock module by action.
Okay.
So if you have five airlock module and you trigger this action 5 times, you refill 5 modules. And finally, this action is about moving a settler on a room of the corresponding color. So this is to move one settler on the green module.
And it doesn't matter if the module is far away.
For each action, you have to move on one space on one green module. So if I'm here, I can find 1, 2, but here I have to move firstly on red, after 2 times in blue, and after 1 time in green.
I see.
First time you enter on a module, you flip your module on and you put back your settler because he is
You activated it.
Yes, until the game, the end of the game, his job is to
Keep it running.
keep running this space. So you have a free kind of module. This one is a new airlock module to bring in your settlers.
Yes.
This one on the middle level is up to increase your capacity on the space station. This one is to add a robot on this room. A robot is like an engineer, except he cannot move.
All right.
But every
You always
time
get one more.
Yes, this is to add a new engineer. You choose in which room you want to put it, and this one is to improve one engineer
so it
in
counts
chief,
twice.
in chief engineer. Okay. And finally, last one, the space gate module.
Where you can move to the
Yes,
space.
and the rules is at the end of your moving phase. At the end you move, and after clockwise, if a player have a portal room full, and only if it's full, you can take your settlers and put in here. So during the game you have to colonize 5 planets.
So they are getting exchanged in the game.
Yes. So you have normally you have 3 space gates. I don't know where it is. Whatever. Imagine you have another space gate. So firstly you colonize one. When one is completely colonized, you move the space gate to another, and you score points. And second time, 3 times you move your settlers on the Hawking's planet. Is the major planet of the system, and each time you move a settler through this portal, you win 1 point. Each time you win point, you move your settler. Each time you complete a turn, you send kind of senator on the assembly of this. 2 round, 3 round. Be careful, you have to take one of your engineer here to put here, so it's a loss of action capacity here. So you play until the end of the game when the 5 planets are colonized, and at this time there are last scoring depending the configuration of your space station is made by that.
So majority, who has got the majority modules in green and
exactly.
blue.
And this token can move because we have some spots here on planet. Each time you put a settlers here, you can just switch to adjacent token.
I see.
And you lose 1 point by door.
That is not activated.
Not activated, but door on the space.
Okay.
With no connection. And that's it.
And that's it.
Yes.
Almost a family game.
Yeah, just for family player, you have a special token for your first game. If you want, if during the game you I make an awful station, it's no sense. You can discard it and rearrange your station. But just if it's your first game.
And you're a family player.
Yeah.
You have got a very, very nice figures. And I saw them before. Where did you produce them?
It's Bruno, our guy in charge of selling and factory.
Right.
He found a manufacturer to build that. I know cardboard is made by Longshore, I think, but I think he sourced this
Looks very
kind
cool.
different way, and it's very, very, and you know it's very cool because and you have just to put it the head back, and it can. So it's challenging to make the correct shape for.
So you can
for
wiggle
this.
it around; it will not move
Yeah.
out. But if you turn it, then it will. Yes.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for
Yeah.
your time here at the fair.
Thanks to you.
That's
Thanks to
Space Gate Odyssey.
Yeah.
It's with English and French rules, of course.
you. Yes, a German too. It's
Asmodee, right?
yes, we are through Asmodee. Yeah.
And there are your 2 new games here.
Yeah.
And this year they are both from you.
Yeah, but next year we playing 3 or 4 games, but not of me. But
And also gamers games or family games.
next year our game are more light, more family.
All right.
One very family and game from Florian Siriex. His name is What's Missing. It's a drawing
Yes,
game.
I played that before. Also in my event, I played it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a drawing game. It's very, very fun. We plan to release a new game from Christophe Rimbaud, the designer of Colt Express.
Yes.
Its name is Star Clicker. It's about you play kids and you have to pilot spaceship, but you don't know how the ships work. So you put on button and you
We'll see
look
what it does.
what it says. Yeah,
All right.
it's a very fun game and it's very cool. And we plan to release called Super Express.
Called Super Express.
Yes, it's 20 cards, 10 minutes. Colt Express mini. It's kind of battle royale. You shoot a player, you move the player out the train. At each time, one car train explodes and it's removed, and the last player in the train at the end of the game wins the game. So it's a very fun game. It's just like I don't know the name in English. In French, the essence, the
essence.
the essence, the essence
the same
of
in
Colt
English.
Express in just 10 minutes.
All right.
And normally we plan to sign, perhaps for Essen next year, a game from Cédric Chaboussi, designer of Lewis and Clark. A more small game than Lewis and Clark, more familiar game, but very cool. But we have a lot of work to do on it, especially on the theme and on the...
Sounds good.
Yeah, all is very good.
I'm looking forward to next year then.
Yeah, sure, of course.
And see you then later in Essen.
Yeah, see you in Essen. Great.
All right. Bye.
Goodbye.